This film, I explore something that I have been obsessed by all my life. Since I was 10 years old, I have been obsessed with death and the concept of eternity, that you will never return to see a tree or a sunset of a flower of your father or your son's face. Never. That concept of eternity can get me crazy.
Should have done it. We've been a fraud for a long time.
Jesus came to save us, not to damn us.
You should have done it! From brimstone, Revelation 21. We're going to go down that path right there.
Jesus loves you.
My second film. At the same time, this is my first film in the United States, and I feel the same butterflies in my stomach as if it were the first day that I'm in the set. So I feel the same passion and love for what I'm doing. I think it's a blessing to have this work that we have. You know, I made this ritual last film, so I want to repeat it because it was a good luck. I'm not superstitious, but basically, I want that everybody has a flower like this, red rose, which means the red for me, like love, blood, passion. And this is the official starting of this film. 1, 2, 3.
There's things that will happen that are inevitable to happen, but not in a very predictable way. So that's a very funny thing, and the structure is very intrinsical to the nature of the way this story has to be told. It's the only way I feel this story can be told, because I, as you and everybody, the way we talk, as I'm talking now, I'm always very fragmented. So I'm jump from one point to the other one. I'm start with the ending or in the middle, and then I go back a little bit to the beginning, like jumping around from one place to the other. How these three people live. I think we are all connected in the world, and we don't know exactly how we affect each other, but we are all times affecting each other in different ways. And with these people that they have never seen in their lives, is suddenly becomes the most important part of their lives since that moment that they never planned. I didn't want to explore the chronological order of the facts, but I wanted to explore the emotional order of the events, which is the human way to do it. We want to achieve something lyrical, something that the people will feel that we are just telling them stories. This triptych, they feel that they don't have nothing to be attached with, they don't feel that they don't have any faith about things, and suddenly these collapse make them completely make a transformation. And what I was really fascinated about this is that the structure and the story, even when it's complex, it's powerfully narrative.
I want to share what this film basically means to me. This is a film that is about love, it's about death, it's about guilt, but above all of these things, it's about forgiveness and redemption, which is some matters that I really love to explore in our human nature.
Alejandro told me a little bit about the story, told me that Sean Penn was going to be involved in it, and he was going to go after Naomi Watts. Guillermo's script was fantastic, and that pretty much closed the deal right there.
Benicio is like a cinematic animal. He has that interior life. In any place that you put the camera in Benicio, the camera will be in love with him and will respond. And it's a magnetic power. You can feel a lot of things going on inside him.
Alejandro allowed the actors to explore. I think he's one of the best directors in the world. He's definitely a force.
Whoa! You say that. Don't blaspheme.
Don't blaspheme, you bastard! Christ had nothing to do with this!
I think he's somebody who so owns his craft and is so relentlessly after the story he wants to tell, and who looks at life the same way he looks at his work, with that kind of excitement and enthusiasm and passion.
I'd seen Amores Perros, and to me that was a perfect film. He asked me to do it on the spot, and I said yes on the spot. Given what you did the first time round, I'm in.
Naomi, she was a light in the set. That person is so beautiful. The range that Naomi had, she can do a little innocent girl from wild, savage animal in 15 seconds. She gives in every take everything. So she's very strong, but at the same time she's very sweet. And for this character, I need that.
For Benicio's character and my character, there's a parallel internal struggle going on. We're both told if we play by the rules, then you will be okay, which is indeed what we do, and it's not okay. He starts questioning his faith. I become very angry, and we're not only affecting each other, but we're teaching each other. And Sean's character, he's like the angel that saves us both.
To be in a set with Sean Penn is like to be in a tennis court with Agassi. In that moment, the level of the game rises. He's pure heart, he's pure intuition. He can do whatever he wants. He's a magician, one of the best in the world.
I never approached this character very analytically. I let things seep in.
If I stay, will I be saved?
More than other movies, I feel very much part of the fabric of the piece. It's a very aggressive take on these very human themes. The story hits you like a ton of bricks really fast. And I could see in it the way that I sensed Alejandro would approach it based on seeing his first movie. So I thought I'd love to be part of it.
I like these characters because they are weak, as I am, and as all human beings that I know. Sometimes we are weak, but at the same time we are strong, and I want to really talk about them without judging them.
Cut. Good. One for safety. And action!
Jack was a troubled, simple man. He turns to religion to see if religion can give him the tools to put himself together, and that doesn't work. And then there's the big accident.
Freddie, help me out.
You know, I always feel that life is just a line of events that we lost things, as we lost our childhood, we lost innocence, we lost faith sometimes, we lost our dreams, and then we lost life at the end. And it's not negative, it's just that it's how the people really approach that reality that you cannot escape. You know, let's I think it would be easier if you say, I want to put the eggs in on it. No, it's carry cakes. What I always put the cakes in, that's why it's her turn. I think that really makes sense.
No, Laura, stop it now.
Your youngest daughter was brought in with severe bleeding. She just wasn't able to get here in time.
I'm gonna kill Jack Jordan.
Okay, now stand up.
I'm gonna kill that son of a bitch.
Okay. Let's see.
Bend over.
This lamp is really heavy. So the speed that you are hitting, you have to imagine that this really takes more time to do from one to the other. Okay. So for the second time that you hit, you will have enough time. I mean, you will have enough time to perform that you can actually grab again and that, because this has to seem very, very heavy. Let's try to do the first one.
Just swing. Cool. There you go. That's better.
Hit me! Hit me!
Boom. You want to hit it? Hit me? So like with the head. You know, like
It's been a long way to arrive to this day. Finally, I've been working this film 3 years almost now. And this day is very special for me. I want that you feel that this is your film, that you feel that it's more than a work, it's a blessing, and it's a work of love. That's the most important thing.
I was working with my family, so like a jazz band. So it's all my team, all the people who really I love. I think with Guillermo Arriaga has been a trip. You know, he's always understanding human nature without judging it and revealing us some human condition that really is painful but so true. Brigitte Brock is another member of the family. She has these things that with one object, she will describe in a set who these people is in front of the audience, you know. It's the same with Gustavo Santaolalla, you know, he's one of those guys who really with one note can touch your heart and and give you all the spectrum, spiritual spectrum of a character. And then I have El Tiburon in the sound, which is another great friend of mine, a great guy with a great vibe. And Martin Hernandez, who has been like my partner for 20 years, and now he is designing all the sound for the films. And working with Rodrigo, you know, I have never seen somebody not be worried by the beautifulness of the frame, but in the reality, integrity of what really is happening there. Rodrigo's a guy that can touch your heart with every single frame. And Stephen Morione was something unbelievable. You know, I think more than an editor, he's a sculptor, and he treats the characters with such tenderness. Marlene and Francine Maisler and Bob Salerno, these people are some of the best in the world.
Hey, Mark! Background action! Benicio! Donnie! Action!
Once we get the location, I go and I immediately get the sense of what the actors should do or what the things should work around that space. Then I love to sit and make a conceptual shooting of every scene, thinking more than the technical side, is more about whose points of view will be the scene and what this scene is about.
We were trying to get this immediacy and this sense of anything can happen. I was reacting to whatever the actors were doing at the moment, knowing what was going to happen mostly, but trying to forget about that and just feel in the moment. That gave it that sense of breathing with them, you know, so it gave it a little bit of life.
I can't stay because I invited the company managers over for dinner.
I fired her.
You fired her? Why?
Se voltea ella, se vuelve a voltear ella, volteas con ella, se enoja,
Empiezan a ver movimiento del espejo.
te vas a ir, él llega, te quedas ahí con los dos, luego te vas al espejo.
Ok. Entonces veo todo el trayecto de él, ¿tú crees? Todo. Okay.
Llega él, te quedas con él, de pronto vuelves al espejo otra vez. Ella le dice, no, tengo que decirte algo. Él se va, te volteas con ella. Y luego la siguiente la vamos a hacer, aunque es al final te vas a quedar con él.
Ya está.
What's very human about all the characters in the thing, is that it's kind of crawling through the mire of regrets, resentments, hopes, loves, losses.
Do you want to go to the jacuzzi for a while?
No, I can't. Michael and the girls are waiting for me already.
And life and death.
Call me later.
In my country, you know, life and death are together. It's part of the process. I don't have a problem talking about that. And even when it's painful, there's some rewards because you say, "Oh God, how fortunately I am that I am alive." Clack. You do this, and then you stand up and go there. Okay. Benicio is struggling with a very tough past.
There's an element that is very noble about him in some absurd and exaggerated way.
He needs something to survive.
How about you a kiss?
Basically, he goes home.
Freddie, are you going to say hello to your father?
Contemplating the fact of taking his own life. You know, feels like he doesn't belong there. It's just a complete depression.
We got it. Y viste esto, ¿no? A ver si hay un cuadrito o alguna más.
Eso no hay problema. De repente me gustó tenerlo así.
Pero un detalle.
¿Sí?
No se vea tan serio.
Él sí se agarra, telefoto. Desde acá, telefoto. Corte a, este es su punto de vista. Corte a él, tal vez. Corte que corte así, corte teléfono, más arriba.
More subtle is better.
I agree.
You know, I always remember in the class that the teacher was talking about Judas and that he betrayed Christ and Christ was crucified and then Judas hanged himself. And if you told me that, you know, God knows everything, what happened in the past, in the present, and the future, he knows everything. There's no concept of time of God.
God even knows when a single hair moves on your head.
Then Judas was a character that was written before and needs to be there to make what happened in the Bible. And they say no, because he has the free will.
This is hell.
It was written that God was his kind of enemy. And that's what happened with Jack. some things that we are free, that we decide, but the big ones sometimes are not our decision, that come just from nowhere. And then after that, to explore how we really confront those losses or those accidents that happen.
These are real hearts from different animals.
Yeah. One is a fake one. One's a movie heart.
One is a movie heart, but this doesn't look like a heart. This, the shape of this. Can we put this one in this jar?
Yeah.
With water?
You asked for. Oh my God. Is that my heart?
I want to kill him. We have to kill him.
Every day was some kind of emotion. It was tough, but it was also very liberating. Hello. She's recovered from her days of hell, basically. Then everything goes awry in one fell moment.
My husband and daughters were in an accident, and I was told to come here.
Life goes on. And as horrible as that may seem, in the most adverse of circumstances, it is the truth. It is a powerful thing, life. And that, yes, what we fear is possible. Hopefully, this will make people think, if it does happen, we are able to endure.
Fíjate, está interesante. No, en serio. O sea, bajo la licencia estructural de la obra fragmentada, o sea, puedo poner la viñeta de Michael, las niñas. De pronto él, afuera en su casa, fumando, o sea, como si fuera después. 2 meses después, corte a, entra a su casa, ya estableciste la casa. Sí, sí, me la sí. Viñeta de Michael, viñeta de ella, niña que es así, corte a él entrando en la casa, como venían viéndolo, corte a tal, y corte, y él está fumando afuera. ¿Me entiendes? Como que el tiempo has passed. Ya es invierno. Pongo la de la nieve, pongo la de la pregnant, pongo la de Vinicio, y entonces hace sentido dramático, es como que el tiempo pasó.
It seems to be as much a dream as it is a life, and ultimately that's what a movie is somehow putting our experience in a dream.
This is hell. Films should not have an ending because life doesn't end. So I mean, it's a lesson. It's a constant lesson, a painful one, but beautiful at the end.
Last year we start, and almost 3 months and a little more time than 3 months we start, and we get together as we are doing now with a red rose, wishing everybody good luck and good health and to be alive after we finish the film. But we finish, we are here in this beautiful day, and I just want to tell everybody of you that thank you very much for the work, for the passion, for the time, for what you give to the film and to me personally, which I hope I can make in the editing room something that you will feel proud as I feeling now. So I would love if we can grab our hands with this white flower, which means for me peace. We did it. You can pick up the petals, and then I will say 1, 2, 3, and we will throw that to the sky and say 2 words, which is Abba Eli. So 1, 2, 3. Abba Eli.